I have so much to do. It feels like I'm just running behind and trying to get caught up because earlier on in the spring I didn't have enough time to get everything done. And so because of that, I just feel like there's a lot of things that I'm doing now that I should have been doing in the spring. And then on top of that, there's a lot of things that need to be done now around here. So I've decided that instead of stressing about it, I am just gonna pick a small thing every day that's bugging me the worst and go ahead and do it, and then that way it's done out of my mind, and then I can get on with what I need to do. And this little area right here has been bothering me for weeks, so it feels really great to finally get it weeded and mulched. So it is a work in the garden day for as long as I can tolerate it until the heat gets to me. I want to plant beans in this raised bed and that one over there, and I decided it's time to get them in if I'm going to, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. Beans are a short-term vegetable. It doesn't take them very long to grow, so I always figure that as long as I get them in by the end of July, we should have beans. Over here in these totes here, I have potatoes, which I'm going to dig soon, and once I get them dug, I'm also going to plant some more beans in there, and then hopefully this fall I will have at least an okay sized crop to put away for the winter. The dirt in this bed is pretty dry and dense and not that great, and so I thought I'd add a little bit of rabbit poop to it to hopefully improve it a little bit. I don't want to add too much, so I'm just going to work it in like this and hopefully get the soil to where it is soft enough to be planted. That right there doesn't look too bad. Well, it got too hot to continue working out there, so I went inside, had lunch, did a few things in the house. So now we're out here doing the best thing possible to beat the heat of summertime. my gosh, you guys, it is a beautiful night out on the homestead. The wind's not blowing, it's calm, you can hear the birds, and it's just so peaceful. I love summertime evenings like this. We haven't had very many of them this year because it has been so darn windy all summer long. So hopefully the wind's going to kind of die down now and we're going to have more peaceful times like this. So before I get started planting my beans in the garden, I have one little task that's been really bothering me and I want to get it done here soon. So I thought I'd go ahead and just take care of it tonight and get it done and over with. And that is taking care of these. These are a bunch of tomatoes that we started by seed, and we never planted them into the garden. They kind of didn't make the cut. I feel really bad. They've just been laying there in that pan. We keep watering them. They obviously don't look the greatest, but they're obviously showing signs of wanting to grow. Basically, all that's wrong with them is that they just need to be planted. And so, this is an old compost pile from back in the day. Back in the spring, my mom had some extra potato sprouts that came from a sack of potatoes that she'd gotten at the store. So she tried planting them out here to see how they would do. That's what all the little forks are, is she marked them. Well, we have a sneaky little rascally armadillo around here, and he kind of dug them all up and had himself a feast. But we do have one potato plant right there. So anyway, I know you are not really supposed to plant tomatoes close to potatoes because they can get the same viruses and all of that. But right now, if we try to plant these tomatoes, I'm really not sure that they're actually going to produce much anyway. So I'm just going to plant them out here and give them a chance. That's all I'm going to do because I can't bear to just throw them away if they're living. So why not give them a chance to grow? So anyway, hopefully we will have this grand old tomato hedge right here that will be full of tomatoes, but I'm gonna be realistic on that one. I don't know if you can see right here, but there's all these little bumps on here. All of those will grow roots. So what I'm gonna do is just dig and kind of plant it sideways like this and just let this whole stem take root. Oh my gosh, you guys, there are more tomatoes here than I thought. So I guess we'll see how this goes. But anyway, swimming today was so incredibly refreshing. It was just amazing. And then supper, oh my gosh, it was the best. It just makes me so happy to have homegrown produce again. I'm actually being very lazy with this, and I'm just digging me a little trench. Oh man, this is kind of tough soil here. Just digging me a little trench like this and then just laying it down in there and covering it up. I will water them in really good and hopefully I think they'll be fine. And if they're not fine, at least I've given them a chance. It's better than going in the dumpster or being thrown out in the weeds. Ooh, this one looks really nice. Look at the top of that. It's already got the curve going up. That one will be really nice to plant. Woo, so it got dark on me fast. I just now finished getting them all planted. And I'm gonna water them in real quick. I'm not actually so sure that the compost I planted them in is actually ready for anything to be planted in it. I know that my mom's potatoes grew really well until they got dug up. So, you know, who knows, these might. One thing I do want to say is that it never hurts to try something new because you never know, it just might work out. I didn't have time to get my beans planted this evening as I planned, but that's okay because I felt like this was a little more important because I was really wanting to get them off my deck and they were bothering me. So anyway, I pretty much have the rest of the month to get them planted in order for them to produce before frost. So I do plan to get them in within the next couple of days.